All right, welcome to another episode of Dad Can We Talk. I'm your host, Anthony Ray, and today I'm with one of my homies from back in the days, man. Y'all don't even understand our history, man. This one of my dogs from, I'm talking about, man, we go way back to at least middle school. At least middle school, man. So y'all, if y'all know us too from Tree Trail, y'all know we used to be getting it in. If y'all seen us in the hood, y'all seen us at the court.
Alright.
And we was going in all day. I don't care if we was playing 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 21, whatever.
Horse. 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Hey, we out there late night, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, just getting it in. That's what we used to do as Jits, man. And I just always just love to see my dog. When I come outside and I see my dog at the court, I'm like, oh yeah, we finna get it in. I ain't even got to ask no questions. We finna do that. But before we start, man, I just want to give a shout out to my dog T Whitey and 6 O'Clock Studios, man. We posted up at the new studio right now. So we still got some stuff under construction right now. Y'all be looking forward to this new location. It's gonna be fire. So y'all already know if you got recording needs, you got production needs, you have any photography. If you want to, my boy got some engineering classes. He's looking for some people, some new engineers. If you are interested in doing some music engineering, some music production, get with my man T Whitey. He's doing the classes. He's trying to put some people on, give some people some opportunities to make some extra money. So look, hit my dog T Whitey up on Facebook or on Instagram, and y'all tap in, man. So yeah, shout out to my dog, and I want to give a shout out to my brother Azriel and my brother Yaakov from Men Can We Talk. Y'all go like and subscribe to Men Can We Talk podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's the new podcast at Men Can We Talk podcast. Go and check that out, man, on YouTube. And y'all know we just had to expand, so we doing some different things over there. And yeah, man, y'all continue to stay tuned, man. We got some good stuff coming. I have a new video posted up this week from the Muck City Showcase last night. So yeah, y'all go and check that out also. But today, man, y'all know what we on today, man. We on fatherhood. We are on family. Move back, sir. And yeah, man, we finna get it in today. We finna really get it in. It's been a minute. I know if you've been following Dad Can We Talk for a minute, y'all probably like, this man ain't even been posting like he usually posts. Y'all got to understand, I'm busier than ever right now, trying to juggle these two podcasts. So I apologize if I ain't been posting these videos like I should have been or like I will be. It's coming. Just give me a little bit of time, and we gonna be back to doing at least 2 a month, every other week. So yeah, y'all be looking forward to that. But man, I want y'all to welcome to the show my man Terance Harris. I know him as Possum. If anybody know this man, it feel weird for me to call him anything else because that's all I ever known. Anytime I see him, a dog like Possum. Yeah, man. So, man, I want y'all to welcome to the show my man Terance, aka Possum. What's good, my boy?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I keep it the same with every episode, and we gonna jump right in it just like this, man. So my first question is always the same. What was your relationship like with your dad? Talk about that.
Man, I ain't have my dad in my life, you know what I'm saying? So my mom was a single parent, dad ain't never come around at all, so I ain't see my dad until I was 16?
Dang.
So I saw him when I was 5, but that's, you ain't gonna remember that, but
yeah.
Mama was by herself. dad ain't come around, so just me growing up as a young child, like just had to realize like, okay, that's what it's gonna be. Like no dad, so I just gotta do what I gotta do when I get older as a man. So that's what I went with. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. Straight up. So it was just you and your brother, or y'all had other siblings?
It was me, my brother, and my older brother.
Okay.
None of our dads was in our life, but like my younger brother, his family was in his life, like, you know what I'm saying? So he knew his uncles, you know what I'm saying? Like people, you know, that's from Gainesville, you might know his family, you know, the Singletons, so from Duval, so like that was his family, so he was always brought around family, so he know what that was. But me and my older brother, nah, that is what in our life. So I don't even know right now today. I don't even know none of my daddy's side of the family. So
dang,
yeah, it's crazy. Like,
nah, that's real. That's real. And I always think that's it. You know, it's an interesting dynamic. You know, you know, when we growing up in the hood.
Yeah.
Like we were, you know, we ain't think about all that type of stuff. You know, we were jits, man. You know, we just out there just doing what we doing. We living, and we don't really think about the impact that have on us. You know, everybody in this one neighborhood, you know, Treacher was a little circle.
Yeah.
It's like everybody in our little neighborhood, our little circular neighborhood. Most of us was in that same predicament.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's like when we jits, we ain't thinking about that. We just like. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
And I was talking. It's funny because I was talking with Mike Vaughn. He came on the podcast.
All right.
And bro was telling me how he was adopted. Well, he was a foster child. He was, and I was like, "Cuz, I ain't never know that."
Yeah.
Like, bro, like all this time, like you done been my dog all these years, and I never knew that.
Yeah.
And it's just like you never know how everybody's situation is. You know, especially coming up in the neighborhoods like what we came up in, it's like we don't think to be like, "Hey, bro, where your dad at?" You know, we ain't asking no questions like that, and you just never know people's situations. And it's like, you know, it's like I ain't never think, "Man, I wonder what possum dad at."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And just knowing that you was in that same boat as me, you know, like we just kind of got to go with the flow. And so what you were the middle child.
Yeah, middle child.
Oh, so you like me, man? Talk about that experience, because I know for me it was difficult growing up. You know, I'm really my dad middle child and my mom middle child, but you know, for my mom I just got me, Ron, and Imp.
Yeah.
And so for Ron was always, he was the first child. Like he's like the first grandchild. He the first everybody. My mama and my daddy first child.
Yeah.
And then Imp is his dad's first child and my mama baby. So, you know, he always got the love, and I always just kind of felt like, man, I'm just in the middle, bro. Like, no, nobody love me. Mm-hmm. You know, and then I'm the only light-skinned one, you know. So I just always kind of felt, you know, like, dang, like nobody don't mess with me. Like, I'm just different all the way around. Yeah. You know, so was that an experience that you had just growing up being a middle child?
Well, a little bit, just like I felt like neglect, like, you know, because I ain't, you know, like my older brother, you know, he older, so he ain't really worrying about it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He what, 15? I'm like 10, like when I was a little older, started realizing, okay, like, so me growing up, like, I was like, yeah, nobody don't love me, you know what I'm saying? Like, do my mama really love me, or do anybody love me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the middle child, and like my youngest, he gonna get treated right, you know what I'm saying? So I felt the same way though. It was alright, but like, you know, just growing up, like I'm like, hell nah, like, nah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So,
were there any other men that stepped in, uncles, cousins, anybody that you really just looked up to, role models, or anything?
Nah, I ain't, no. Nobody ain't stepped in. Like,
dang.
No uncles, no cousins, no nothing. So I had to, on my own 10, you know what I'm saying, doing what I gotta do. Like, just to learn how to be a man, like, on my own. Like, just every day. Especially when I got, like, in my teens, like, started working.
Yeah.
Like, just, my mama made me go get a job, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I had to be the man role in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when my younger brother, he was young. You You know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to work. Like when we was in high school, he was 9th grade. I'm in 10th grade, so I'm able to work. So just it was crazy, man. Just living everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Just doing everything with bills, like just taking care of everything, like being frustrated, playing basketball. You know, I played basketball in high school. Like I'm supposed to be focusing on basketball, but I'm doing other shit like that y'all boys they ain't probably wasn't even doing, bro. Like I'm working down there to like 12 o'clock at night every day. So so it's like it was crazy. Like I had to grow up fast. I tell my wife that all the time. Like I move so different now that I'm grown. I move so different, and like I think so wiser because I was already doing that at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking like a grown man at 15, 16. Like, oh, how I'm gonna get the money to get these bills like for this day. So like, you know what I'm saying? I had to do stuff I didn't want to do like at times. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And I like to ask them questions because I think people don't. One of my main things with the podcast is when people see black dads, you know, and they say, you know, we ain't this, we ain't that. And I do understand, like, truly do understand that a lot of dads aren't there because we products of that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, I believe our generation of dads, you know, our age, bro, there's so many of us that grew up the way that we grew up, like you were explaining right now, all the stuff that you went through. And it's like, bro, I know what it was like not to be there. Or not to have nobody there for me.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I'm finna let my kids go through that. It just ain't no way.
No way.
Like, to know the struggle that you had to go through growing up, like how does that now translate to where you are now with, you know, 2 kids and 1 on the way?
Yeah. Well, now, like I just move different, you know, just think wiser. Just you have to think like a dad. You can't think like you're in your 20s, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't move like you're in your 20s. You gotta move like a grown man. Like you can't move like a boy. That's why I tell my wife all the time, like, you know, it's certain different people out here. You got people that move like in their 20s, and then you got people that move like little boys, and then you got men. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I consider myself as a man. Yeah, I might not get stuff done like how I want to get done, or what I should get done, but it's still getting done. You know what I'm saying? I know that it's gonna get done. And like when I was younger, I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? I was procrastinating a lot. So now I know, like, your time is precious, and I understand what older people say by time. Like, time don't wait on you. You gotta keep going. So,
straight up.
Yeah.
No, that's real. That's real. When you first found out you was about to have a child, what was that experience like? What was like the first thought that ran through your mind when you heard them words you were about to be a daddy?
It hit a lot. Like,
yeah,
it hit a lot. I ain't even gonna lie. It hit a lot because I was 22.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, just got out of school, 2008, had my son in 2012. So, I ain't even really do too much after high school. So, I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? And I was with my son's mom. Like, we was together, like, high school sweethearts, 10 years dating. So, you know what I'm saying? We was together for a long time, but it just, it made me, like, look at stuff different and, like, you know, look at the bigger picture. Oh, I'm having a child now. I can't look at it like, oh, I'm having a child, getting mad, like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to do this, I ain't gonna be able to do that. Like, I started going out to the club, like, when I was, like, 23, 24.
Yeah.
So, like, it was crazy. Like it just, I don't even know what to say, bro.
That thing made you grow up.
Yeah, it made me grow up quick. Like, it made me, not just made me grow up, just like made me look at life different. You know what I'm saying? Look at life different.
Cause you know you wasn't finna be only responsible for yourself
Self
no
no
more.
more.
You responsible for a whole
child,
other life.
a whole nother child, my whole child. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just like he resemble off of me. Like he see what he gonna do from what he see from me. So
What was that experience like when the first time you actually seen that Joker come out the womb and you like got to touch him for the first time and like hold him for the first time? Like, what was that experience like?
it was a good experience. Like his mom had a C-section, so you know, like I didn't actually like get to.
Yeah.
They put him on the table, but like it was a good experience. I felt good as a dad, like, cause I know I always promised myself when I was growing up as a child that I wasn't gonna be nothing like my dad. You know what I'm saying? At all, like around the whole scenario, like everything. So it made me feel good. Like, okay, I got my first son. My first child is a boy. So like that just made me like, okay, you know, I gotta move different. I gotta think different. I gotta do things different. I gotta do everything that my dad didn't do for my son. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, that's real. That's real, man. So now you 10 years in the game now, going on your third. Like, what's this? So you say you just got married last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so y'all finna have y'all first child. What's that like? I want to just go into marriage. We might as well just go into marriage right now. What's that's been like, bro? Like, what got you to the point to where you like, this the one?
Well, me and her like, we knew each other in high school, so like every now and then like we'll talk here and there, but it wasn't nothing serious. So when me and my son mom, we broke up in 2014, like we just cut it quits. Like we just went our separate ways, and then like me and her like reached out to each other, and we just locked and loaded. Like, you know, I made a path. Like, you know, I made it to myself like, okay, boom, you know, I'm not gonna do what I did with my first. So I just went how I wanted to handle everything. Like, okay, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna take it slow. So, 2018, like, I knew, like, cause it just was, she cooked, she cleaned, she do everything, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just, she a country girl, so it's just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I just know, like, I wasn't raised with the marriage, but I just know with my heart.
Yeah.
What my heart tell me where my heart at. So, man, it was just.
How difficult is that? You know, I done been, next month for me it'll be 10 years of marriage. And we done been together since forever. We done been together since she was 18, I was 20. So I'm 33 now, so about 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the most difficult things for us was neither one of us saw marriage like that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
My mom was married. She got married when I was in 9th grade. And I mean, it really wasn't, it wasn't really the picture that I needed to see. I mean, my mom's husband really wasn't that for us like that, you know. He really wasn't a good, hard worker, that's what he was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just worked all the time, worked 2 jobs ever since I know him. And that was about it. And then my wife, you know, her mom been through a few marriages, so neither one of us has saw the picture of really what marriage is or should be.
Yeah.
And so us getting into marriage, when we did, we were young. I was 23, about 22, 23. She was 21.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I look back now, like when I see jits nowadays and they be like, oh, I'm 21, I'm like, boy, you a jit.
Yeah.
Like, boy, what you, boy, you don't know nothing, man. I look at them jits now and I'm like, I can't even imagine. I be looking at myself, I think back to myself like, I was really a jit, bro. Like, I was not ready for marriage. And me and my wife, we talk about it a lot now. You know, like, if we could go back, we probably wouldn't have got married when we did, you know. It is what it is now, but you know we could have grown a little more because it's real, bro. Like
it's real. This
thing right here is you know 10 years in now. We're at a place now where it's we're relearning each other because we so much different, bro. Like when I first met her, she was 18, I'm 20. Bro, she ain't nowhere near that little girl she was now. Back then. To where she is now. And I ain't nowhere where I was. You know, we totally different people. So we're like, we had to come to that point last year, like, bro, what we doing? Like, what is this? Like, trying to relearn each other and everything because it's different, bro. And not having the example going into it, bro, that adjunct, I be looking at that stuff like, boy, this stuff scary. This junk real, boy. This ain't no joke. So like, would y'all not, like you say, y'all, neither one of y'all had that, like, what have been the things that y'all do? Have y'all had any other people that y'all can look at or mentors or anything like that going into marriage, or now that y'all have stepped into it now, how are y'all doing in that area? Like,
well, I take that back. Her mom and her dad been married for a long time. Like, you know what I'm saying? She saw that in her household. Like, they been married for like 30 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So she know. You know, she the one. I knew this was the one for me because she the one pushed me to things that no other woman pushed me to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, marriage is important. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know, like, with what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like she told me, what's the point? If we gonna be together, like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So, and we older, and like she said, I'm older. I was what? Last year, I'm 32 right now, so I was 31. So, you know, she just made me a different person. So when I started coming around her family, like, she a family oriented person. Like, my family, we used to be like that, but now that we older, we not like that. Like, so her family still, they do family events every year. They have all this every year, everything playing every year. So most of the people that come around are married. So that made me like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, marriage is important, and I am seeing like good marriages. Every marriage ain't gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I understand that as a person. You know what I'm saying? Every marriage ain't gonna be perfect, but
none of them. Shoot,
none of them. You know what I'm saying? So
straight up,
it's just about if you and that person is good for each other, and we are, because we talk out all our problems. We talk out even if I'm wrong or she wrong, we gonna settle down and we gonna talk about it, and we gonna talk about if what you did was wrong and what you did was wrong, and then we're gonna apologize to each other and move with it. I ain't never had that with no female. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of person what I was looking for, you know what I'm saying? So I looked at her dad and mom relationship, and that's what really pushed me to like, okay, marriage is like what it is. You know
that's real. I like that. And I think I was just looking at some statistics like last week or 2 weeks ago, divorce statistics. And I can't remember the numbers, but I think people that got married after 30 had a really good a low divorce rate. And I was talking with one of my dogs on the podcast some months ago, and he just got remarried, I think, or just married for the first time. He's like 35, his wife like 34, something like that. And you know, I was telling him everything I was going through in marriage.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 33.
Yeah.
And he was just like, bruh, I ain't got none of that. Like, bruh, like, I'm literally just getting started in this thing, and I'm older than you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you done been in this thing for like 10 years now already.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I can't even imagine, like, the things that y'all going through. And he's like, you know, I've already been through the stages of trying to find myself.
Mm-hmm.
I done been to school and got into my career and all this stuff. And his wife the same way. And he's like, you know, we done already got some things established and all that. And I'm just like, yeah, it's definitely a challenge. And I think where you are is a good place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so of course it's still gonna be work. Like, yeah, that ain't gonna never not exist.
Keep going.
That's gonna be a thing where y'all continuously learning each other, you know. And it's another stat I seen was like, I think every 7 years, I think, is when you kind of hit one of them spots, bro. Like, at like 7 years, I think 7 to 10 years when you hit them spots where you like, you know, y'all done change.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Every 7 to 10 years, bro, you just change as a person. It is what it is, bro. And as I'm looking at the stats, I'm like, dang, all this stuff makes so much sense to me, because it's like me and my wife had a lot of odds up against us. I'm like, dang, but we got married. You know, I'm looking at the divorce rates for that. I'm like, oh shoot, bro, you know, and it's so real because, bro, we went through that last year, bro. We were like almost there to where we just like, both of us like, yeah, we good. Like, let's just go our separate way. We just gonna do whatever, you know. And thank God, you know, we got friends that are married who can help us get through the issues that we're going through, people that we can talk with. You know, it's always good to have a third and fourth person there. You know, that's going to be honest with you. You know, my homeboy and his wife, and my dog going to keep it real with me. And if I'm wrong, bro going to tell me straight up, bro, listen, nah, Sean, you tripping.
Yeah.
No, bro, you wrong, bro.
You got to.
And in the same way, if she wrong, they going to say, Chanel, that ain't right. You gonna have to fix that. You know, so yeah, it's definitely good to have them people around. Y'all know how I like to get, man. You know, when I get on this marriage topic, this my thing right here, man. You know, got a lot of experience in it. But yeah, bro, you know, keep doing what you're doing as far as that, man. You know, and if I can give you any advice, I would say communication, bro.
Yeah.
Make that the number one priority.
I tell my wife that
all the time.
All the time. Cause I'm a big communicator. She not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell her like that's one of the big priorities. Like in a marriage or in a relationship, regardless. Like you communicate. Like I used to be shy and all that. Nah, I ain't shy no more. I tell you how I feel.
Yeah, straight up.
So I want you to be straight up with me. You know what I'm saying? So.
Got to be like that, man. Like,
big.
I think out of all the problems that we've had out of all these years that we've been married, it's always been miscommunication, bro. Yep. Almost everything we've been through, bro. Like the root of it has been either I didn't communicate something to her and she didn't communicate something to me, and so we now both one of us feeling misunderstood or feeling like I ain't being heard, and it's just like if we just be like, man, what the problem is, man? Like, talk to me. And we put it all out on the table and just be real and honest. It's like, okay, I see. I can see that. I can see what you're saying, you know. And once we get there, we talk it over. We like, all right, boom. You fix what you need to fix. I fix what I need to fix.
That's how me and my wife feel. Good. That's how me and my wife feel. But sometimes she don't be wanting to state stuff because she think I'm gonna feel this way or say something about it or react to it different. I'm like, I like what we keep doing. Like you keep saying what you need to say, or I say what I need to say. We talk about it, handle it, deal with it, or do whatever, and move forward. That's it.
That's real.
Straight up.
That's real. But yeah, man, I can go all day on the marriage topic. Y'all know I gotta get this relationship podcast going because that's something I can go on all day long, like for real. But let's go back here, man. So you How do you and your wife co-parent with your other children's mother?
They don't, they don't communicate too much, but when they do communicate, it don't be nothing like off the wall or like sideways. But she do good with my son though,
Yeah.
She been, when me and her was just dating, like, my son was 4. So she been in his life since he was 4.
Okay.
So, yeah. I ain't, like, when we first started talking, I ain't pushed my son on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like went with the flow. Like, I told my mama, like, cause at the time I was living with my mama, and I was like, I'm not gonna let my son, his name Xavier, but I call him Xavier. I was like, I ain't gonna let Xavier come around. I'm just chill. Like, I'm just gonna go on dates and we just gonna do what me and her do. And then like I started like kind of bringing them around and like asking her like, oh, can I bring my son? Like, we went to the beach. The first time I brought him, we had went to the beach, and they both of them had a good time and stuff. And then she was like, she was like, not really saying too much. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you don't have to be too shy. She was like, well, I don't really know how to communicate. At the time, she ain't had no child or nothing like that. So I was like, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
So, you've been straight ever since then.
No, that's real. That's real. That's a good thing, man. You know that, and that's one of those important things that I think some people have issues with that. I wouldn't know nothing about it.
But I think God don't have issues, boy.
Yeah.
Like I thank God for that all the time. Like, I try to keep it. Like, I'm not a negative person. I don't care myself to be negative or none of that. So like, I don't like negative energy or none of that. Like, if I feel negative energy I ain't gonna So I try to keep it like, if something just dealing with like with just my son, like, and I have to deal with it with my son mama, like, I just deal with it. Like, but I don't never put like them in between nothing. None of that.
Yeah, that's real.
Never.
That's real. That's how it's supposed to be right there. Real talk. What's been your biggest challenge in the 10 years that you've been a parent? What would you say has been like one of the biggest challenges for you as far as parenting goes?
The biggest challenge, just being that parent. Like, being that father to my son that I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my, just being a black man, period. Just, I tell my wife all the time, like, just being a black man, just, that's our line, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people look at us, oh, he black, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, white people, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, he black, so, like, just being that strong black man for my son, you know what I'm saying? So he can know how to move out here in this world, because this world crazy, man. This world crazy. So
real.
That's my biggest challenge. Like, I don't want to fail being a dad. You know what I'm saying? Being not a dad, it's different than dad. I'm being a father. Like, I don't want to fail being a father, because I don't want my son to see that.
Man, it's so crazy you say that. That's probably been one of my struggles, man. At times I felt like I failed my family, just like dealing with like the mental part of it. Like, damn, am I doing everything for my family that I could? Am I somebody that my wife should be proud of? Am I somebody that my son would be proud of? Am I somebody that my daughter would be proud of? It's just constantly every day having them thoughts, like, like you say, like, am I doing the right things? And even though everything around you might tell you that sometimes, like, your wife, your children, family members, but at times we battle in our mind, mentally, like, bro, like, I know what everybody else saying, but then internally you feel like I could be doing more. Like I could be doing better. Yeah, everybody else saying you doing a fine job, you doing perfect. And I'm like, we put that pressure on ourselves.
Yeah. But what I had to learn, you know, I ain't really too, I don't really know too much like about the Bible, but I was raised in the church since I was a child. But like what I had to learn, bro, you like God only put so much on your plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like just me working around older people, because I like working around older people. So me working around older people, and they tell you that, like, and then your mama tell you that when you're younger, but you don't think about it when you get older. Like he put everybody got a plate, so he putting this person over here might have more stuff than what you have. They getting it done, you know what I'm saying, on time, but they might have something else that they not doing on time. You know what I'm saying? So you over here, you getting your stuff done on time. You're a good person. You got a good heart. You taking care of what you need to take care of at your household. You taking care of what you need to take care of outside of your household. See what I'm saying?
You good.
You good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have people that have different roles. You know what I'm saying? They probably still be spiritual, but they still going through what they going through as a person. Like they still battling them demons, or they still battling this, or still battling that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I had to get around to, like, because I used to beat myself up like that too. Like, damn, like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, I ain't doing that. But I had to, like, slow down. Like, okay, God only putting so much on my plate because that's what I can handle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to put so much on my plate and then I can't handle it. Then I put myself in a predicament where I can't get it done. And then, boom, then you done failed. And no man don't like failing, so.
No, that's so real, man. And like I just got through that last year, like I had to look at myself and I'm still learning to love myself, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like just learning to love me and not be so hard on myself and learn to give myself grace. Last year was a hard year, bro. Yeah. Like, in all honesty, I done talked about it plenty of times on the podcast, but it was difficult as a father, as a husband. I almost went through divorce. That was in school, got my bachelor degree last year. That was a struggle, just going through school and, trying to be a husband, trying to be a father. And like I said, all these things going around me looking good, but inside I'm like, bro, I'm struggling, bro, just struggling, spiritually. I left my church 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And just going through that whole process. And it was just difficult, bro, like just going through a whole change, and doing all this stuff, still trying to keep up with the podcast, and it was just difficult. And that was something that I had to learn, like, bro, you got to give yourself some grace, bro. Stop being so hard on yourself. Yep. Anytime I do anything, it's like I'm beating myself down. And I know there's so many fathers out there that do that. We beat ourselves down so much. We don't need no help doing that, but the world gonna do that anyways.
Yeah, anyway,
we
cause we black men.
We gonna get beat down anyways, bro. So it's like you definitely can't be doing it to yourself, because that's gonna put even more stress and pressure on you. And bro, a lot of people fold, bro.
Yeah.
Up under that type of pressure, that's when you see men fold, and that's why I learned to have that grace with my dad. And I meant to ask you about that earlier, like. Now that you older, you where you are in your life now. What's y'all relationship like now today?
It's all right, but it's like we communicate. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like I don't talk to him like every day or like every week, like. But I'll text him every now and then, like, send him pictures of my daughter. Like, he haven't saw my daughter in person yet. Like, I really do feel like my dad feel guilty as a dad, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't around and like he don't know how to, cause like, boom, like I say about, me and Ashley was together, it was like 2016. I just pulled up on him and I brought my son.
Yeah.
Like he was nervous, so like, I just feel like he's still not there, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't pushing him like, cause my wife, she be like, well, maybe maybe you need to try harder. I was like, I do. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to reach out to my dad since I was like 16.
Yeah.
So, like, now that I have children, and I told him this on the phone, like when me and him was talking one time, I told him, I was like, Dad, I'll never be like you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, I'll never not be in my kids' life. I don't care how far I am. Like, I'm going to still be in my kids' life. Like, and you was just down the road, Ocala, right there.
Yeah.
30 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? So, it still ain't, you know, it still ain't there. So I just don't worry about it no more. I told that's my wife now. I told Esther, I ain't worrying about it no more.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it is what it is. If you don't see his granddaughter, if you don't see this grandson that's coming, you know, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? It ain't on me. Cause he still gotta live with that. He gotta live with that in his heart, and he gotta die with that. So I ain't really worrying about it. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my dad, and like I should be doing, but people gotta remember he is the dad. I'm the son. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the same thing with me. I'm the dad. That's my son. That's my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that laid there and did that. So I know I'm supposed to be taking care of my child.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing with him. So that's why I don't really worry about it.
Yeah.
You know?
And the reason I asked that because after a while, I think maybe 2011, when I gave my life to God, and I was like, man, you know what? Let me try to make this thing right with my pops. You know, like my pops. Now I did used to see my pops growing up. You know, like I knew who he was.
Yeah.
You just ain't never really come around like that. Only time I would see him was like holidays.
Yeah.
You know. And then for a short period of my life, he was like coming to pick me and Ron up, take us to the beach. Me, Ron, and my one of my other sisters.
Yeah.
Take us to the beach, take us to Ryan's that used to be right around the corner. And for a short little period, he was doing that. But outside of that, he was usually locked up, prison or at county or whatever. And so in 2011, I was like, man, you know what? Let me make it right with him. And I went to go see him at the prison. I mean, at county. You know, I had 55 minutes, bro. You know how them bitches be. I say, hey, Pop, listen, bro, I just want to talk with you.
Yeah.
Like, let me know what happened, bro. Like,
that's all I want to say.
That's it.
That's
like,
it.
Talk to me. Like, be honest, bro. Like, what happened? Because I hear the side of everybody else's side of the story. I hear my mama's side of the story. I hear my aunties and all these other people in the streets.
Yeah.
I want to hear your side of the story. And he told me something. He sat down 50 minutes, bro. We sat there and we talked. And he told me what was up. And it gave me a better understanding of where he was. And I'm like, I think I get it, bro. Like,
well, he was at that time.
I mean, for my part, it was drugs and stuff. And it's just like, I understand, bro. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm a show him some grace because, like, you don't know, bro. Like, at this point, I'm like, I'm a grown man, Pops. All your kids grown now. You know, he got 8 of them. So I'm like, all that's about grown now. And you know, we at like today, we all grown, married. Most of us married, got kids, and I'm like, you know. So now me and my Pops, we talk at least once a week now.
That's what's
you
up.
know, he hit me up. Sometimes that joke call me every day.
Yeah.
Just be calling the phone, but. It's like it started in 2011 when I went to go see him at that county and we talked. And from that point on, I just made it my thing. Like, man, you know what? Like, especially once I had kids, I'm like, man, listen, you might not have been there for me.
Yeah.
Be there for your grandchildren.
That's all I want.
That's it, bro.
It, yeah.
You can't change the past.
Can't.
Like, hey, I ain't grow up with you. That's fine, bro. Like, you can't change that. We neither one of us can do anything about that. But, bro, I'm still living. You still living. Let's go from here. And he's still, you know, or he in Tennessee now. So, and I think that's the best thing in the world for him. He's away from this area. He don't need to be nowhere around here. And it's like, all right, cool. He called me or I call him. We check up on each other and. You know, we don't barely talk about nothing, but it's like
it's just the point.
How you doing, Pop? Sometimes he call me, don't have nothing to talk about. Man, Pop, bro, I'm busy, man. I'm gonna call you back, bro. You know, but just the fact to know that, man, my Pops thought about me. That's fine. But you know, I think that'll be something good. Just let him know, hey, man. You know, I just want to talk. I ain't even got to agree with some of the stuff you might even tell me, but I just want to know so that I have clarity going forward.
Yeah.
And bro, we gonna put that thing behind us because my dad did tell me this one time. He said, he was like, man, I be feeling bad, you know, I like how I wasn't there. And I'm like, Pops, listen. Like one time I got mad with him and I'm like, bro, I don't want to have, like, we gonna have this conversation for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I ain't finna feel sorry for you, and you don't need to be around feeling sorry. Bro, move on, bro.
Yeah,
because the more and more you stay there, bro, you hurting. Now you gonna start hurting your grandkids. Because you done came around, and now they be asking me about you, and it's like, bro, you either gonna be in or you out, bro.
That's it, yep.
You're not gonna be
back flopping.
You can't, I ain't gonna let you do that to my kids.
No.
So,
I said that same thing to my wife.
Straight up. And
it's crazy that you say that, bro, because my wife was saying the same thing. Well, maybe y'all need to go out for lunch or something. You know what I'm saying? Because she quiet, but she always thinking like positive about situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe this or maybe that or maybe you can do this. And so, yeah, I might just do that. You know what I'm saying? Like invite them out to lunch one day or something like that. And we meet up in Ocala or something. I don't know, something. But yeah. And
I think that'll be. I think that'll be good. You know, y'all, and you hear them out, bro.
Yeah.
Let them talk. Mm-hmm. Let them talk, bro. And just after that, it's like, all right, boom. And it's like, I think you, like for me, hearing the stuff he was telling me, I'm like, I almost felt bad. I'm like, damn, boy, you got some issues, nigga. Boy, you boy, you got some real issues, bro. Like, and it is. It almost made me feel bad for him, like, dang, cuz, like, and what people be beating you down, cuz. So it's just like, I can understand where he at, like, I just got to understand it now. It's like, bro, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I truly understand where you at and the issues that you done dealt with for like 30 years, bro. Like, you done been on that stuff, all that, bro. It's like, nigga, how can I help you?
Yeah,
you know, like for real, like. So you know, I pray with him and stuff, and you know, I encourage him, give him little words or whatever, and that's about it. It's like, man, Pops, I love you, bro. Like, you ain't gonna get no judgment from me, bro.
Nothing.
Now, if you start that crazy stuff, now I might have to tell you a few things, but we gonna have an honest relationship, bro. Like, let's be real with each other. Don't front with me, cause I ain't gonna front with you.
Straight up.
So we gonna keep it like that, and it ain't really a father-son relationship. It's almost like he my homeboy, like. But I'll take that, you know, cause I feel like he don't even know how to be a dad.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, bro, you ain't raised none of your children. So I can't expect for you to be a dad, cause you don't know how to be that. But one thing my dad always said, bro, I'm so proud of you, man. Like, boy, you make me proud to see for you to be my son. Y'all, every time he call me, boy, I'm so proud of you being my son, boy. For you, man. So yeah, bro, I think that'll be something good, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Man, you gotta keep me updated on that one for real. You gotta keep me updated, dog. Yeah, man. But see that's the type of stuff, dog. It's like, I can go there for real. I can stay there all day too, because like that stuff that I know us as black men, so many of us deal with this stuff, bro. Like it's like an everyday struggle for most black dads. So I want to ask you this though: do you ever feel this? Like, how do you feel about the stigma that's on black dads? How people say, you know, we ain't there, we ain't this, we ain't, you know, there's always like this bad message around black fatherhood. And have you ever felt like say you in the store with your babies or something, like, do you see people look at you like, oh, that's so cute, like,
all the time?
How you feel about that, bro?
Well, about that situation, I'm glad you talking about that, because I was thinking to myself about that the other day, like especially in Publix,
man, bro,
they get it to me in Publix all the time, but it's just like it's like they not. I don't know how it was, you know, back in the 70s and the 80s and all that. Yeah. They probably weren't used to seeing that, but I see, like, when we go to the grocery store, especially when I be with my daughter, like, they give me like, just not like bad looks, but they just give you looks like, oh, you know, he's in her life, or So I don't know what they thinking, I don't know what they saying. I don't want to put that out there, but I'm just saying like it just the look, how they look, you know what I'm saying? And then when I have my son and her, like it just be like, oh, she's so cute, boy, how old they is and all this stuff and something like that, but it's just, it's crazy, bro.
Man.
It's crazy, but yeah, with that, I don't really pay too much mind, bro. To be honest with you, I don't pay too much mind to it. Like how I move, I don't really worry about it. Mama always told me don't worry about what people think, don't worry about what people say or anything. I still move like that, grown. I don't worry about nothing, bro. Like they look, you know what I'm saying? As long as you don't say nothing, as long as you don't touch my child, you straight. But yo, that it's just I'm not racist, but it's just like I don't know. Like people just need to stop putting that label on black men. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like because every black man ain't the same. Every like the generation, like people gotta understand generations change. So like the generation that dealt with all the black men not being there for their child, like our generation different now. The 20th century is different. Like you know what I'm saying? So you have dads out here really taking care of their children. Like I take care of my children. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my son, he stay in Georgia with his mama. I still do what I need to do for my son. Like
straight up
everything. Like she already know. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not bragging anything. I'm not bragging on myself, but I just like I feel like, you know, me doing that and me other men that do what I do, like we setting the standard for black men that didn't do what we did in the past. Like we taking that label off. Like it don't matter about how many miles, bro. It don't matter about how many miles. It matter about what you do. It matter about how much time and how much effort you want to put into it. Like, you know, it's your time and effort on how much you want to put into your child. Like it's not the mama. Like, no, people be talking about, oh, the mama don't let me see. Nah, it's you don't want to see your child. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I don't really worry about that, and people just need to stop saying that. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't base what you went through with a male, you know, a black male, and try to put that for every black male. Not every black male not like that. Every black male not like that. Cause I got homeboys, you know, you one of them, you know, I got other people that went to buhos, they taking care of their children. Taking care of their children. Got multiple kids taking care of their children. And their kids, like, playing sports. Their kids playing sports. They still doing what they need to do for their... So, I don't understand that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why that's still a label. You know?
Yeah, too much, man. Like you say, bro, we different. I don't know. The past generation, them boys... I do understand our past generation. Something that I always see on the podcast also. I started looking at our dads. Our dads grew up, most of them, 70s and 80s. 80s was the crack era. Yeah. And mass incarceration. Yep. Where a lot of our dads got systematically taken out of the homes. The 70s and the 60s where welfare came into play and women were incentivized for not having a man in the home. And it's like, that's the eras that our kids grew, our parents and their parents grew up in, you know. So it's like now I understand, like, bro, they was up against a system that was put in place to have us grow up the way that we grew up. It is working just the way that
how they want it.
How they want it. The projects, all that, the ghettos, all that was. It's all a systematic thing. We ain't even gonna go there. For real. But yeah, it's working the way it was supposed to work. So it's like, I look at our parents now, it's like, man, I know a lot of dads that wasn't there. Now, some of the cats in our day, our age, boy, you ain't got no excuse, my boy.
Yeah, for real. That's what I'm saying. You ain't got no excuse.
You ain't got no excuse, man. I mean, yeah, there's a couple things we up against, but man, right now, bro, listen. You can't say we ain't got no rights. We got some rights. You can fight for your babies now.
For real.
You can fight. You can get half custody. My brother got custody of his son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's way you can see a child. You can get them for the weekend, bro. It's all type of stuff out there, bro. It's
time, all type of stuff.
All that, bro.
All that.
So in our day, I don't know now. Some cats I don't know everybody's situation. Everybody's situation different.
Yeah.
So until I know this situation, it's like, I feel like it's something you can do. So yeah, bro, that right there. But like, I be understanding our pops, you know, our dad. Some of them jokers ain't have no excuse either. Some of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like I just want to always lift us up and give props where props is due, man. Because I see cats like you, and I'm like, even though you doing what you should be doing, but I feel like people don't highlight it enough. So I say, man, you know what? With this podcast, that's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna highlight these dads, and I'm gonna give them opportunities to come on the podcast and speak for themselves, because people need to hear your story. People need to hear, because people who might know you like me, know you all my life, and they ain't know half of the stuff you done told me today. And I'm like, dang, this is my dog. Like, I didn't even know that about my homeboy. Like, you know, so it's so many people that need to hear your story, and I think it gives you a greater appreciation for dads when you know the things that you've been through, like just hearing everything that you've been through, and to see where you are today, it's like, damn, boy, like, it just give me an appreciation of who you are.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, bro, keep doing what you're doing, my boy, for real.
Appreciate that, bro.
But we got to continue to do stuff like this and keep each other uplifted and encourage one another, man, because we need that, bro.
I appreciate that, yeah, bro, for real. We do. We need that a lot, for real. Like, I feel like that's one of the biggest things, like, that black men don't get as a dad, you know what I'm saying? You know, the black woman, yeah, she, you know, they get all the praise, you know what I'm saying? But black men, I feel like black men that's out here taking care of their child, like, every day. They children, you know, it don't matter, children, child, whatever. Every day doing whatever they need to do, doing whatever they need to do to take care of them, doing whatever they need to do to make sure they got shelter, whatever. I feel like they need to get praised for that. Not just praise, but just, you know what I'm saying, like, notice, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop making it seem like black men don't do this, black men don't do that, black men don't. Nah, you got, like I told my wife, you know what I'm saying? It's not to put women down. You have some men that's out here grinding way more than a woman is doing for their child, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to put a black woman down, but it's just, you have our generation, the 20th century generation, like, we move different from what a generation would do, like, in the 90s or whatever. Like, I feel like sometimes I think way past my wife, like, with stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like our attention span with our children is more thoughtful than, like, you know what I'm saying, what they be thinking on. Like, I'm talking about with just, like, money wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mind keep going, bro. Keep going. So I just feel like people just need to stop. Especially, like, people that's with a black man and not giving him that opportunity to feel like, oh, you know, she really do praise me, you know, really do love me, or really do, you know what I'm saying, see that I'm that man for her, you know, that dad that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? It just need to just be noticed, that's all. Like, I tell my wife all the time, like, you know, like, y'all want us, but, and when we do what we do, like, bruh, it's so much shit, bruh. Bruh, like, to get off topic, bruh, I work, bruh, and I do Lyft and do DoorDash, bruh, and I was doing an Instacart, bruh. So it's just the shit, like, women just need to notice that, bruh, like, you know, and I listen to Steve Harvey sometimes, and he be saying the same thing, bruh. Women don't notice that, and women don't say that to a black man, bruh.
And it's like, I don't even think it ain't like we're doing it to get the praise, but it's like sometimes it do feel good to know that, dang, you know, my lady noticed.
Coming from a woman, because you have me and you, we see, you know, because I see people, we went to school all the time, bro, taking care of their kids. I tell them, keep going, bro, keep going, you know what I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing, bro. we get it from the man more than we get it from a woman, the woman that we with, or you know what I'm saying, or just women. Period. You know what I'm saying? Keep being that father figure to your son. You know, people just want to hear that. You just want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know people noticing that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get the clarity, people got to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because you won't get the clarity. So
it's real. Nah, that's definitely something I think it's important for you to just know, like, dang, you know, at least it's like I ain't doing what I'm doing to make, like, sure, I want somebody to see what I'm doing. It's like, nah, it ain't that. But like when you know, like, especially someone that means something to you.
Yeah.
You know, your wife, your mom, your sister, cousin, somebody, you know, a friend, to know that, dang, you know, like, they appreciate what I'm doing. That make us go even harder. It's like it give you that push in your back, like, all right, dang, you know, like, all right, let me keep going. Like, let me keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's just something about that, because it's like people be quick to down us. You know, quick. Like when we doing wrong, people call that out quick. Call you all type of names.
You said that, boy.
You know, but it's like when you're doing right, it's like the compliments come slow.
Yeah.
You know, people slow to tell you when you're doing good. But when you're doing bad, oh my God. Well, everybody see that and they notice that and they'll say something to you. So it's like, you know, sometimes, ladies, we love y'all. Like, one thing I always say, you know, I appreciate women, especially I appreciate black women, man. You know, everything that y'all do. I appreciate all the single moms out there, all the things that y'all do. You know, y'all doing your thing. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, my mom was like that. You know, single mom too. You know, like, and we appreciate that. Like, and we love y'all for that. But just reciprocate that. You know, because I do know some single dads out here. I know some dads that's got custody of their children, you know, and the mama ain't doing that. You know, I know them stories. You know, I had a couple guys on this podcast that talked about that type of stuff. You know, I know guys that's out there that, man, I done seen a man cry to me, like real tears, because he just want to be in his children's life and the woman won't let him. Like, cry real tears. You know, so it's real out here. You know, it's guys that are trying to do everything in their power to not repeat what they saw. You know, and sometimes it just feels good to, you know, to know the people around you. It's like I said, we hear all the time in the grocery store, in Publix, go in Publix. What Publix gonna tell you? Boy, hey, one thing about it, when them old folks in Publix, what they gonna tell you? They gonna tell you. My kids told me one day, they say, Daddy, why people always talking to us in the store? I say, people just trying to be nice.
That's it.
You know, and it's like, sometimes I do feel the type of way sometimes.
Yeah, I do too. Sometimes.
You know, because I'm like, dang, are you only saying that because I'm a black man?
Yeah.
And I don't see y'all saying it to them white dudes with being here with their kids. Yeah. I be seeing white men in the store with their kids too.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like nobody be saying nothing to them. But like everybody in the store say something to me and my kids, and I'm like, well, I mean, appreciate it, but damn, I mean, but sometimes it feel good to hear it from my own people, you know,
real,
like real talk, you know, and that's just what it is, you know, to know that, you know, one day I was walking down the street with my kids, this old black lady, we were just walking through the neighborhood, she stopped the car, she was like, you know what, young man, I just wanted to stop, I passed by you and I turned around, I just wanted to come tell you that I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to hear from that old lady, you know, from my people, man, it's like...
I get it from time to time, you know.
Yeah, every now and then you are here, and we appreciate it whenever we do here.
Yeah, my mom give it to me all the time. So, that's what she really my big supporter. Yeah. She get it to me all the time. She always tell me to keep going, and you're a real man, and you just keep doing what you're doing. And that's
real
it.
Talk.
So I just...
Real
she
talk.
always tell me.
I got one more question for you, man. If you could sit down, like me and you doing right now, and talk with the 18-year-old version of Possum, and tell that man one thing, look that young man in his face, if you can, knowing everything you know right now, if you could talk with him and give him one piece of advice going forward, what would you say to him?
Whew. Keep going. That's what I say. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep grinding. Yeah, because grinding pay off. That's what I had to learn. Keep grinding, but that's what I say. 'Cause I used to procrastinate when I was young, bro.
Yeah.
Procrastinate. I used to procrastinate a lot. Go out all the time. Going out every weekend. Procrastinate. But keep going and, think wiser. That's what I say. And you're going to be all right.
Dog, think about all the money and time we wasted at that
age, bro. I'm talking about, I tell my wife all the time, because she ain't grew up doing that. I tell her all the time, spent so much money, just wasted so much money just doing dumb stuff.
Doing nothing, bro.
That's what I say. Just save your money. That's what I tell. That's what I tell people. Like when I do lift and stuff, like I pick up them younger kids, like save your money. Don't do nothing. Don't worry about no girlfriends, none of that.
Alright.
Don't worry about none of that.
That jump, they're gonna come.
It's gonna come, for real.
Dang.
I talk about, if talking to my 18-year-old stuff, I talk about life stuff. Like, cause, people ain't tell you that when you're 18. Like, my mom, she was still working, so she, I'm basically a man, so, but I need to hear that at 18. Like, oh, this what's gonna happen, this what, boom, bam, boom. Leave them girls alone, being, need to hear all of that.
Man,
all of that.
For real.
All of that. It's so much stuff I would tell, but it's just too much stuff. Like, just.
I would just hope my 18-year-old version would even listen.
Yeah, that's
why
what
I be
saying.
talking with some young cats nowadays, and boy, them nigga be looking at me like, boy, you an old head, bruh. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just trying to give you the game, now. You either gonna take it or you gonna leave it.
For real.
But I'm gonna put it down now. I'm gonna give. Boy, I'm telling you, I be telling my wife, wait till my kid get old. Boy, oh my God, boy, I'm gonna give you that work. I'm gonna just tell you what, blood raw.
Yeah, blood raw.
Cats I work with, I be training cats, man. They come through that warehouse. You how old? You 19?
Yeah.
Oh, what you got going? Boy, I'm finna talk that real to you. And you, like I say, you either take it or you leave it. I'm gonna tell you what's real though. I'm gonna tell you, the little young females and all that. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Yeah.
Man, leave them niggas alone, man.
Come with all that, for real.
Straight up. Like, tell you, just how I tell my own daughters. I would just hope our 18-year-old version. Just listen, young man. Boy, you'll be thanking me in 10 years, boy. For real. But yeah, man, we gon' end it right there, man. This was good, man. Enlightening. And it's encouraging, man, to see. I always tell my wife, every time I see somebody from Tree Trail that I know, like, boy, I be prouder than them. Boy, I ain't gonna even front, boy. Like, everybody that I be knowing, like, I be looking at my dog KJ and what he doing with the barbershop. I'm like, man, that's my dog. Like, I be telling my wife, I'm like, you don't even know this dude from what I know. Like, you don't even understand. Like, from what my dog was back then, it's like to see him where he is today, bro, that jump be making a nigga so proud, bro, because I'm like, bro, I know the odds that was up against us.
Yeah. At any time.
Man, bro, that jump just Altony, Al, you, KJ, my girl Ashley. Well, all the Ashleys I know from out there.
Yeah.
All three of them doing good. Just everybody that I know from the hood that I just, every time I see them, boy, I just do something to my heart. Boy, I be like, dang, them my folks right there, bro. Like, we really was out there. Like, and to see us, because I know some of us that ain't doing so well.
Yeah.
And I be like, dang, like, we could have been there. But I look at where we are, bro, and bro, I'm proud of you, my boy, for real,
bro,
like for real, dog, like, and I just love to see us, bro, doing what we doing, man, because, man, like, we could be doing all type of other stuff, bro.
For real.
But we here, so man, y'all listen. This was one of them special episodes, man. This is probably one of my second people from Tree Trail. You and Mike Vaughn came on here, man, but This is one of my homies. Y'all listen, one of my real deal homies. So if y'all see my dog in the streets, man, holler at him. Tell him to keep going, man, you know. Or any other man you see out there, you know, you see a man out here doing right, doing good, you know, give him a word of encouragement. You know, that go a long way.
For real. For a long way.
So, man, y'all continue to keep it posted here at Dad Can We Talk. I got more interviews coming in the next few weeks. I got some guys that'll be coming on, so y'all continue to stay tuned. Stay tuned to Men Can We Talk. We'll be continuing to post on that feed on YouTube. And yeah, man, we finna get up out of here, man. We finna go get some food. Might pull up at the Fifth Hour Festival real quick. See what food trucks out there, man. You know, go support our people. So if you in Gainesville, Florida, holla at me. If you anywhere, y'all know, I don't care. We can set up virtual interviews. If you're a dad and you want to come on the show, man, hit me up. You know, I got a long line, but yeah, I'm gonna make time for you, for real. So we out of here. It's Dad Can We Talk? Bang.
You fought me in your